Yeah, coming into this one in 25th position, the young rookie who has given us some of the best performances of the year so far, despite the fact he's well below that cut line. Italo in 7th position. Not a bad performance from him down at Bells Beach. Joao Chianca is going to have his hands full, surfing against the 2019 world champion Italo Ferreira, and this will be a big heat. Joao Chianca, he's performed so well against the big names. Unfortunately for him, those stunning performances have come early in events. Ronnie Blakey joined by the 78 world champ Wayne Rabbit Bartholomew. Bugs, this is a fun one.
You can only call him a dangerous customer. That's what he is.
Here he goes. So really comes up under it on this occasion and manages to hang on to that. Really ugly end section though. 4.67 for that opening ride. Bugs, take us through the replay here.
Well, it's all based on this great, this is just, he just carves down the face here. Now, when he comes around from the bottom of this one, he sets it up, and I feel he just slightly mistimes this section here, and which holds him back from the last section. And he comes up, the lip sort of gets him in the head, and he actually manages to hang on. And here he is again.
Up again. And just trying to deal with the bump on the open face here at main break. And he might have...
He's changing boards.
Yeah, opting for a board change. Don't know if his equipment was a little buckled maybe, perhaps, but he's coming in for a switch up in the equipment.
And he did the change up. Here he goes now. Cleaner looking wave.
Drops to the bottom and straight up into it. Always has the foot to the floor. Moves with a lot of momentum and pace, this guy. And he'll just do his best to finish off this end section. Has amazing control, a really nice, solid wide stance, modern day style. Works well for progression, but also comes in handy when you're trying to ride the rapids. Yeah, Italo is, I think, just really looking to build a reasonable heat score to put some pressure on Joao. I think he'll start to really push a bit harder now with these two numbers.
Yeah, well, that was the 5.5, and he's just eclipsed that with a 6-point ride. So that second wave, as you call it, a bit stronger.
Oh, I'm going to go to Italo Ferreira. He's up and riding right now, coming off the bottom, Ronnie.
Yeah, 5.5 on his first wave. Now looking for something more. Strong first turn, lines up the steep sections on the inside, whips another backhand hit in, and now drives away from the disaster zone, the danger zone there. Hati, very dangerous on the end section there. Let's have a look at the replay, Pug.
Yeah, it's a windy wave, but the face is pretty smooth. But look at the frothiness that he's got to deal with. This is so hard, and he makes it look so easy. Snaps under the lip there, and that was wise. He got in before that last section, Ronnie. But he's just met these guys that have had to bring their A team and their A game they have. And now we might see Italo Ferreira open up a bit, Ronnie.
Yeah, just pacing himself through this first section. A lot of bump on the face. There's a more critical turn right up there in the pocket. Lining up the end bowl now. Hits the lip, finds some release, and rides through, and he likes the feel of it, and he should.
Yeah, he throws out a right jab on that one. Looking for an excellent score, and this wave just gets that little free fall off the lip, choppy face, and it comes into the smooth section now. This is the first of his major turns under the lip. And this one here, here's the money turn. He cuts loose, and this one slams it over the top of the lip. A little bit of a fin slide, and then he gives that right-hand jab, going, yeah, it's a TKO.
Yeah, 18 minutes now. Joao Chianca is out there with priority, chasing a 7.93, making a move on the inside now. Straight up into it. Has fantastic extension through those big frontside calves, and absolute firepower when he finds a steep wall to lay into. And he'd be feeling pretty comfortable in these sizier conditions. We know that his brother's one of the best big wave surfers of all time, Lucas Chianca, who is obviously massively in his brother's corner. Let's have a look at the replay here, Bugs.
Yeah, this is his best wave for sure. That's a great carving turn there. He shows his power. It's power meets power. And, you know, of the rookies, I would have to say Joao and Callum Robson have really impressed me with their power game.
Yeah, Joao Chianca, though, he's got a different speed.
And obviously that heat with you and Connor, Connor in 16, you in 18, so very important for both of you guys. And you know, did you feel that pressure out there at all?
I was trying not to think about that, but you know, we were super close in the rankings, and there's so many people behind me that wanted to, you know, get our spot.
It's going to be an anxious watch or wait now for a lot of those surfers when they fall out of the mix. Here we go. Chianca up once again, chasing that 7.53 on a new board, and absolutely throws everything at the end section. Heard a lot of people make the statement that there's some real similarities in this guy's approach and the rawness of Sebastian Zietz, who won this event. He throws everything at it. You don't see it coming. And we know big turns, those big individual turns, will score well with the panel. And he threw everything at that. Something a little bit more spectacular to look at.
It sure is, and he does it at high speed. This is unbelievable layback. There's so much. I mean, he loses his board halfway down. It's just, he regathers under incredible pressure. This is an amazing. There's a layback snap under the. Look at his board. It cavitates. It's sliding now. He's got both arms in the back of the wave, just holding on, and he recovers and he really regains his posture, and it's amazing. And you know what, we talked about his opponents, John having to bring their A game. Now the world champion has to bring his A game, but here he is again. Wow, Joao, this is an incredible looking wave.
Yeah, has to get rid of 5.07, pulls into the barrel. Can he punch his way through? He gets slammed, doesn't get the completion, but he was on his way to a spectacular score there. And then this one from earlier on as well. Have a look at this wave.
Oh, wow, this is so cool. It's like pulling into Sunset Beach right there, that inside section.
When he did the board change at the start of this heat, they were screaming at him, sending him good vibes, and all really led by the captain, #1 in the world, Felipe Toledo. It's a pretty impressive corner to be a part of. I think Joao's feeling that energy, boys.
He sure does, and he's on top of it right now. But as Sammy Pupo said, he said they do it so well. They just support each other so well.
Here goes Italo now, looking for a big response here. Winds his way through that little transition turn, that second move. The first was strong, and now goes for the big hit on the inside. Can he hang on for the finish? He can, and he pumps his fist. He needs a 6.25 out of that ride to get back in front. Good heat unfolding.
7.77. Here's this wave for Italo. Does he improve? That's a great snap under the lip, Ronnie, right there. And then this next section, he just, you know, sort of a bit of a check turn there, but he knows he's got to set up for the finish. It's going to be line ball.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because he got the 3 moves done. He constructed the wave well, but really the big focus is going to be the comparison to Chianca's high-scoring ride, that 7.77. It was so dynamic, that maneuver, but, you know, having the look at this first turn in slow-mo, he put it in the most critical part of the wave.
It's an awesome first turn. Second turn, not so dynamic, but he knows he's setting up for the finish. He's got to get the finish. I'd say what he's really stoked about here and what he's sort of pointing to and celebrating is that first turn.
Yeah, you said it looked like Sunset Beach. Certainly as tricky and complicated to ride. Here we go, Chianca. He's just trying to get rid of that 5.07 now. This wave's starting to fade away, but he's going to stick with it and hope he can do something dynamic on this end section. Rips into it, but not sure it's going to measure up with his previous ride. The wave was just a little small, so maybe a bit of a blunder there.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you know, he needed a 5.76. Now, he's got the luxury of having that 7.77. That is so good to have in his ledger. You'd think he just would have kind of waited for a bomb wave. He's been picking the big, clean ones, not the frothy ones. They've had clean faces, and that was a dart.
You know, challenge for Rookie of the Year and potentially get yourself right up to the top end of the ratings. But a 22-year-old has a massive future ahead of him. He's going to be a force on the Challenger Series. But today, Italo just too strong.